And today we have a new topic and we are talking about the Vertrag, which is the contract, which you sign with your landlord when you already found an apartment to stay, a student dormitory, whatever, like the place to stay in Germany. What are the things that included in the contract normally, and what are the important things that you should know in order to be able to understand what you're paying for in general? Because there are other small details that you should always know about.
So obviously we're aware that many of you maybe have been living alone for some time, so you know you have signed a contract, you know what it includes, but we also know that it could be that it's your first time living alone, and if it's your first time in Germany, you don't speak any German, so you're signing something and you don't know what it has. I'm obviously not going to go through every single step because it's boring, but just for you to know, to have an idea, right? The typical contract looks like a paper.
like a paper with papers.
And you're going to have at the beginning, obviously, the name, the address of the person who rents you the apartment, your details, your new address. You're going to have the specification of how big the apartment is, what it includes, if it comes with a wardrobe, if it comes with a bed, if it comes with the furniture, basically. If it has a lot of furniture, then they will specify every single thing. So when you move, they know that, okay, everything is there. If it only comes with a bed and that, then it just comes in a small section of the contract. Then they will also tell you what are they giving you, if they're giving you one set of keys, two set of keys, you know, all of those little important stuff. Then there comes a time from when to when you're going to rent it. So many places in Germany, they have this trial period, which it means, okay, let's get to know each other. I'm going to rent you the apartment. You want to rent the apartment for a whole year, but your trial period will be 2 months or 2 weeks, whatever.
I think normally it's half a year or 5 months, this trial period, and then they decide whether you continue to stay or move out.
Yeah, and this is basically for them. If you do something bad, they say, you know, you have to go. We are not going to renew your contract. You're just out of here, or vice versa. You know, it also protects you. If you think, you know, you're a horrible landlord, I want to go. Give me my deposit back, a proper deposit. This is the money that you will have to pay before moving, and just take into account that if you want to move in 3 months from now, you still have to have the money ready, because the person who thinks, okay, yes, I would like to take you, they will want the money as a deposit and security that you're actually going to move there.
Yeah, so it could be the case that, for example, when you're moving in 2 months, you will have to pay right away for them to know for sure, okay, that apartment is for you and I'm not gonna look for anyone else. And if you don't want to pay, they maybe will continue to look for another person because they just want to make sure that you move in. What if you say, I will not, and then they don't have any kind of security that you will actually move in?
Yes, exactly. And then they will tell you how much, you know, it comes to specify in when you're looking already online.
Yeah, online you will see. Normally, okay, I was looking for something that is not too much, and I paid like 250, which is less than the month's rent that I paid. But sometimes they are asking for 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months of rent, or around 700. Like, it depends on the place, and also depends if you're having a whole apartment or just a room. But as I said, it will be specified there. And then you will also see in your contract 2 different prices, which is the price of just the rent, and then the extra cost, which is like the water, all of those things. But as I say, they will specify everything in your contract. And then those are like the most important things that you have to know on this thing, on the piece of paper. Then on the other one are just things, specifications from your landlord that says, okay, if this is a girl's apartment, we don't want you to bring guys up after this time. It could be that it's not the case, you know, but they will write their own rules or specifications, or they will say you're not allowed to rent to a third party, or you're not allowed to do this or that.
To do the barbecue, for example, in the balcony, which is my case, I have to go through all the neighbors that are living in this place and ask their permission that I can actually do the barbecue in the balcony.
Or even just paint the wall, you know, like all of those things, they will make sure they write it here, So we recommend you, if you have a German friend or something, so that they tell you what it says or try to translate it yourself, because if you do something wrong, then they have the proof, you know.
Yeah, sure, of course, because all the contracts are different and they are not all the same, and you should know what's written in your contract. For example, when I signed it's a small thing, but still I didn't know that I will have to pay, when I move out, I have to pay 50 euros for the people to clean this place after me. So if I clean, it's not enough, I have to pay 50 euros anyways. I didn't know that, I signed the contract, then I realized that it's not a big deal, but still, so that you don't have the small things like that.
Yeah, we also have a friend that she had to paint. I think they were asking her to pay like a lot of money, like 300 or something, right? Yeah. To paint the wall or to paint the room, and then she just decided to paint it herself, and it was fine. But you know, like all of those sort of things, and then it just comes obviously your signatures. Oh, so that's what you kind of see in the contract itself.
Yeah, and also there is another thing which comes afterwards, after you move in the apartment. You receive a letter which is written there like a TV and radio cost that you will have to pay. And first time I received it, I was like, what is that if I don't even have a TV? And then this fee is it's like around 50 euros a month, I think, that people should pay from the apartment. So if you're living not alone in the apartment, you are sharing this price with other people who live in the apartment, but if you're living alone, you will have to pay that alone. And you should always keep this kind of fee in your mind, because I didn't know about it at all. Then I went to my landlord and I asked. She told me that I don't have to pay, she's paying everything, and this price is already included in my rent. And here it was the same case, but for some people, for example, for people who are living in the dormitory, in the student dormitory, they are sharing the price. So there are, let's say, 3 people in the, let's say, small apartment, and they share this 50 euros in between 3 of them. And it doesn't matter if you have a TV, if you have a radio, if you have internet or not, you will have to pay this price. This is obligatory for everybody in Germany.
Yes, we're going to put somewhere here the name. You're going to receive a letter. You literally receive 2 letters when you arrive to Germany and when you register, which is the tax registration number, so don't throw that away, because in the future when you're looking for a job, you will need it. And this other one, which is with the name of for the
TV and radio cost. I
and so you can see it. So when you receive this letter, you're like, oh, I know what's that, because I also didn't know the first time, and I had to ask, and it was the same situation as with Olga.
Yeah.
And just a little quick note: when you're looking on the website, like in Begegesuch, for example, it will come 2 different things. It will say Kaltmiete or Warmmiete, which is Warmmiete includes water and heating, and Kaltmiete doesn't. So it's like if you pay 200, Kalt is not that you're just going to pay 200. You have to pay 200 and X amount.
Something, which is water and heating.
And the Nebenkosten are just everything in general. Some places they also include the internet. Some places include the TV, like all of those stuff. So just so you know these little terms.
Yeah, in German, because sometimes they're pretty much confusing.
Yeah. So we think this is it, right?
Yeah, I hope that was interesting and the information was useful. In the next video, we are finally gonna have our guests who are gonna talk about their experience living in a student dormitory.
Yeah. So wait for that.
See you soon.
Bye.